I'll do Twitter. Hey everybody, and welcome to our Big Brother Canada Week 5 recap. I am here, as always, with John Richardson to tell you everything and anything that has happened in the Big Brother house. But before we get into all of that, if you want to thumbs up this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, that would be fantastic. And you can find me at Goodyear1975 on Twitter and all of our Big Brother content at yourrealityrecaps.com/BBCAN. Say hi, John.
Hi, John. Holy moly, what a week in the Big Brother Canada house. We have so much to talk about, Dana. Plus, we have our interview with Jordan, which was so much fun. And a big shout out to Eric Curto, not just Your Reality Recaps, but Eric Curto. Eric has a fan, one fan. I'm so happy. You can follow me at Comedy Jonah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, crazy freaking week in the Big Brother house. Like, it feels like forever since I was like sitting in that studio audience and like just watching Johnny get evicted, and it's like so much has happened and I can't even, my mind is boggled. So we left off Johnny by, he is such a sweetheart, by the way. Like, him on Twitter makes my life. And so we left on the cliffhanger, I guess, of the HOH, which is a thing now. I think they're just doing that every week and it's driving me bananas. But Zach wins HOH, and this is like the worst possible scenario for me, but whatever. Like, and it came down like to like Peely, which was like weird. Like, I'm sitting there thinking, how is Peely getting all of this stuff right? And it came down to like Peely and Godfrey, and I'm like, oh my god, if Godfrey wins, like what? Like the three of them, I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen. And it came down to a tiebreaker, and we couldn't see the monitor in the audience, so like when they had to like put up their chalkboards, like even Arissa kind of had to like squint to see what was saying, so we couldn't see anything. And so I didn't know that Peely wrote 2,600 minutes for the, that's 43 hours.
Ay, caramba, don't get all stupid on Peely and shit, okay, Dana?
Oh my god, John, what are you doing? The camera's not changing, by the way. Like, so if it looks, this is so bizarre. This hangout.
Technical difficulties. You're not.
This hangout is bizarre, so bear with the cameras, okay?
First of all.
Yeah.
Secondly, I love that you've stepped it up this show with your hair. It looks really good. I'm loving the crunchy curls.
Oh, this was can't be bothered with the straightener.
I love it. I love it curly.
It's so much work. So much work. And it's gonna get bigger. It's still wet, so it's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger.
I'm 80s. I love big hair.
I'm gonna be like Arissa Fro by the end.
I want like Twisted Sister 80s glam band.
It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. But okay, yeah. So Zach wins, and Jordan goes bananas. Try not to swear so much in this show today. Jordan goes bananas, which is stupid because nobody knows about Newport, right? So now he's just exposed. So what do you think of the Jordan celebrating? Like,
oh, it totally exposed their alliance. Absolutely. I was absolutely horrified. Everyone was in shock. Even Godfrey, who sleeps apparently most of the day. That seems to be his big brother's superpower. But yeah, I was absolutely in shock, and he kind of took them aside, and still it was just, how do you recover from something like that? I was,
how do you recover? You tell him to put you on the block.
Exactly. And we all know how that goes.
Jesus, Jordan. Like, everyone thinks that Jordan is like Peter 2.0, but not so good as Peter, and like they all think of him as this cocky kid. But I personally, he had me at, hey, Cindy with an S, I'm Jordan with a J. Like that first diary room session, he had me. I love everything to do with Jordan. So I'm just like, I wanted to take him and shake him because you're a super fan. You know better. Like, you saw Marcellus go home when he didn't use the veto. You've seen every blindside in history of Big Brother. You've seen the pawns go home. Like, like killing me.
Well, that's what always happens in almost in every Big Brother, right? And so I think too, you always sit there and think, okay, the game's always changing. Doesn't matter how, if you're a super fan or you're just learning it, being a house guest, everybody falls for it. They get comfortable. They get comfortable with their alliance.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the thing is, like, Zach and Jordan's whole plan was because Jordan's sitting in a fairly, or he was sitting in a fairly good place in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nobody was really on to him yet, and like he was friendly with everybody and he made good social connections in the house, so like nobody was really targeting him. Like, their brains were still kind of like tunnel visioned on Kevin, so they kind of knew that if Jordan went up on the block against Godfrey, who really didn't have a set alliance at this point, whoever won veto, Jordan would come down, and then they wanted to backdoor Bobby.
Yeah.
And so that was like kind of like their safe thing. And like this was kind of like, and the thing is, in the HOH too, like they saw like when Jordan came down, he like kind of looked back and like started like freaking out at like the props because he stepped on the wrong step. Like this was his HOH to win. Like, he's the brains, Zach's the brawn. Like this was Jordan's thing. And at this point, Newport's kind of said, okay, we're not going to throw competitions anymore. We're going to go balls to the wall, win everything we can. Jordan, this is a brains competition. This is you. So when he made a mistake, and like we kind of saw it in the theater too, he's just like he like freaked right out.
And then Zach saying, I guess I'm the brain and the bronze, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, because no one's supposed to know that Zach is smart, right? So it's like Jordan was upset with himself, and like we're like, did he throw it? Like, and he's just playing it up or what?
Right.
But yeah, so this was supposed to be Zach's.
Yeah, did he not throw it? And then all of a sudden, yay, Zach! Why are you so excited? I didn't even realize you two talked. Alliance.
Exactly.
Expose himself.
And I mean, Bruno was already kind of onto them from the veto meeting on his HOH. So now this is just kind of like cemented it, and now they see like all those storage room sessions because they always go to the storage room to talk. They never talk anywhere else. And yeah, so put me on the block. I can come down no matter who wins veto. Like, I'm guaranteed, unless Godfrey wins veto, that's the only scenario in which Jordan would not come down from the block. And well, they don't know if even Godfrey will wake up to play veto. So let's face it. So he nominates Godfrey and Jordan. And then we go to the competition of all fucking competition. Oh, I swore I try not to. Of all competitions, the on the edge. They're coming out like Lara Croft. The friggin' intensity on Neha and Johnny's face was insane. Like, insane. Those outfits were that was a crazy competition, John.
When they first walked out, who did you think was going to win? Did you have a prediction?
Well, it's an endurance competition, which always favors. I knew Greg wasn't going to win it because he's too big. When I saw the competition, I was like, this isn't really Johnny's thing. He's too big.
But he's half girl, so you don't know.
But he's big, right? So, I mean, not big, but he's bigger than a 98-pound Cindy, right? And I knew Risha at 6'1" was never going to take this. So,
her boobs, yeah.
Well, just her height. Like, she just has so much more weight to carry than
upper body weight.
Yeah, so I knew. John. So I knew it was going to go to like Neha or Cindy. Like, this was kind of, I feel like a little bit of an unfair competition because it doesn't favor the boys. It doesn't favor anybody with a bigger stature. Like, this should have been like a puzzle or something that they all could have had a fighting chance to win. But yeah, so
it ends up being, first I want to give a shout out to Colleen because we love Colleen.
Yes, she's a huge Neha family.
I love Colleen. Next, you know what? It does come down to Neha eventually and Cindy with an S. And holy crap, Cindy with an S is a badass.
She is.
I underestimated her. underestimated her the entire season. I cannot believe what a powerhouse she is.
I know. Like, that girl doesn't exercise. She doesn't do nothing. And
It's all about
you get her in these endurance comps. Like, she was the last one on that one where they were like, that Bobby one too. Like, it was her and Bobby. So you get her in these endurance comps, and she cut, like, her inner beast is just like, there it is.
Just hung on there, slid down the rope. I mean, all of it. It was, and then if it wasn't bad enough, okay, because you Canadians are mean. You're pretty, but you're mean. So Cindy has to sneak into the house, into the vault, and what? She's given another challenge. She's just, her arms are like rubber bands, legs and everything. Now, okay, now let's think. And she's got to earn her safety. Or
she's Asian. She can think. It's all good.
That was mean, Canada. That was mean. You people are tough.
I know. And, like,
I'm used to us lazy Big Brother America house where we just lay around and smoke and drink.
To be honest, I wouldn't have even gotten past the first question because...
What was that number? The parallekin number?
Well, I got the number once she explained what a palindromic number was. But
how did she know?
She's Asian. She's brilliant.
She's great.
So
like the whites and Asians. Good, Dana. You're doing great.
I love it. Oh my god.
But anyway, Cindy is smarter. The point is, Cindy's a lot smarter than she lets on. She seems like this kind of ditzy girl who doesn't exercise. She's a powerhouse in competitions. And she proved that she's smart because I wouldn't have gotten past the first question. And then she's doing the numbers and stuff. Freaking just blew it away again.
I would have been in that vault for a day.
I would have cried in a ball in that vault.
Yeah, they would have heard me like, whoa! It would have been bad. It would have been so bad. So now Cindy is back in the house. Jordan has his showmance back. Love is in the air. We got Kevin and Peely. We got Ashley and Zach. We got Willow and Sarah. And we've got Cindy and JP, and this is just, babies are going to be made in this house. At some point, babies will be made.
Yeah.
So now Cindy's safe, so she can't compete in veto. But what did you think of that Aunt May's veto? That thing was insane.
Holy mother of God. Okay. You're mean in some competitions, Canada, but your comps are the bomb. I was so loving that veto competition. And fast forward to the end, they let super fans do that. Dana, I wish you were doing it. I would have loved to see you.
No.
Extra arms. And now the curly. You
do not want this, that outfit. No.
Yes.
No.
I'm going to write Alyssa Cox right now and tell her you're in the next one.
No. I could not squeeze my fat ass into any of these outfits. I don't know who is designing
in that spider costume.
I don't know who's designing the outfits this year, but they're all like
gay and shiny and wonderful.
Like, the guy's got to be gay. I swear to God, it's got to be either gay or a woman. Like, but
I think gay. I don't even think. I might be
and those arms terrified me. Like those extra.
Loved it. I love some extra arms around me.
I don't like bugs.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, so now Jordan.
Yeah, so Cindy gets back in the house, and her first thing is to play dumb. Is that a smart move, Dana?
I believe so.
You believe so?
I believe so.
Black and white. Yes or no? You're walking in the house. You're Cindy.
I would be stupid. I would be stupid.
I would be stupid too.
I would choose who I reveal my information to. Like,
yeah,
you don't want to just throw it all out there. Like, you're gonna go in and play dumb, or you're gonna go in and you're gonna blow it up. Like, you're gonna have a house meeting and just blow the roof off of everything, and you do that, and then you're out the door. Like,
what do you think of her explanation of being dumb is acting surprised? What? No.
it worked.
I do it with Eric all the time.
Oh, God.
What? I didn't say. Did I say that?
Yes. But let's talk about Jordan throwing this competition.
This is what drove me crazy, is that he was sitting there going, I'm just depending on Zach to save me. I'm just going to lay up here for a little bit. Like I said earlier, he makes the same mistake everyone else does, even the super fans. It's like, you don't get comfortable, you don't do that, and then everybody kind of does.
Yeah, he put all of his eggs in the Zach basket.
Literally.
And
spider eggs, yeah.
It broke my heart, literally, like, because after Zach won the veto in like 4 minutes, like, the thing is, like, and Jordan was right, because I watched after every eviction, Global does this house guest hangout where they just like fire them off questions from Twitter and stuff like that, and he was asked like about the throwing of the veto, and he's like, to be honest, he's like, even if I hadn't thrown it, I wouldn't have won. Like, Zach got this in 4 minutes because Zach basically didn't have to move. Yeah, he basically just sat there and went like this. Like, he didn't have to move. So, like, realistically, I wouldn't have won it anyways. So, he couldn't beat himself. He could have tried, but he wasn't beating himself up about it, because once he found out the time that Zach got it in, he's like, there's no way.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, like, we went from like 4 minutes with Zach to 45 minutes with Ashley, because she couldn't figure out that you didn't just move the crap around. You had to, like, basically punch into the maze and to get out. So, and then Godfrey got lost. Godfrey probably could have won this, but then he just couldn't get out of the maze, which was hilarious.
Couldn't get out. First of all, Ashley was like, I'm doing so good. And then, thank goodness, at the end, she's like, no, I did horrible. And Godfrey, I just don't even understand this person. But we'll get into how I'm liking him a little bit more in just a moment. So Zach wins veto.
And then he tells Jordan that he's not going to use the veto on him, because Cindy has totally because Zach's thing was like, now I can turn my back on my alliance because there's less people.
Yeah.
But now with Cindy back in, it scared him, and then he
changes everything.
And this is what broke my heart. Like, these boys are killing me this season. Like, I all these crying boys in the diary room are like blowing, like, they're breaking my heart and they're blowing my brains out. Like, I can't handle these crying boys, like, crying over. And I love Jordan. And
boys have feelings too, Dana.
I know.
We have emotions.
But what I'm saying is, it's breaking my heart to watch these guys crumble in the diary room over this. And it, like,
you're losing $100,000. I would be crying too.
I know. It hurts. It hurts me to see him sad. Like, this is good. Because I love Jordan. And he's upset.
And fine, apparently. He can't show his emotions.
No, he can. That's what I'm saying. Like, these boys.
Emotions, or do you just,
I've never cried in Big Brother in my life. This season has me like an emotional mess, and I don't want to be an emotional mess. So just stop crying. Is all I'm saying.
Everybody stop crying. I'm gonna cry right now.
I can't handle the emotions. I can't. But then he turns to Sarah and Kevin. So he exposes. What do you think of him exposing Newport to Kevin at this point?
Absolutely. You're going to come clean. Everybody kind of suspects it anyway. It's, you might as well.
Yeah, exactly. So he's now said that, that the Fortress. I love the Fortress.
I love the Fortress.
Yeah, is going to be his new alliance, and they're still at this point. They're still thinking that Godfrey's going to be voted out. So, he's making plans, and he's. Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about how Zach chose have-nots just randomly. It was like Godfrey, Sarah.
He probably volunteered, right?
Well, he chose I think he chose Sarah because she hadn't been one, Godfrey because he hadn't been one since week
Right.
1, Jordan volunteered, and I can't remember who the 4th one was. But yeah, so he basically had to choose, which kind of exposes who he wants to be weak and whatever. But everyone's like volunteering, and I'm like,
in the have not room either. All the fun.
Okay, the dance parties, and that's a pretty cool room. That's a pretty cool room.
Everybody's stepping on that tile. No one's stepping on that tile. You notice there's no sirens or anything going on.
I know. No one's realizing yet. So
yeah, or they realize where it is, so they're not touching it.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Mm-hmm. Good times.
Yeah. So now, I don't know, where were we? So now we watch Cindy work her magic, flipping this house. Like, the girl did amazing. Like, she was so good. Like, she knew she could get Sarah on board, and she knew she could get Brittany on board. So there's 3 votes. They only need 5. Yeah. And then she goes and she snows Bruno, and then Bruno's like, I gotta get Bobby. Now Bobby is like the Caleb for our season. Like, he's intensely loyal to the chop shop. He doesn't want to go against it. Like, kind of like how Caleb was all about the bomb squad. Like, no matter what, like, Bobby's all chop, 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 chop. And then they have this task where it sends Godfrey and Cindy or Bobby and Cindy into the vault for 24 hours. Would you have pressed that button?
Well, I just because of what I've seen in the U.S. Big Brother, oh gosh, I wouldn't want any kind of freakazoid or something to come out of like Pandora's box or whatever. But when they have the last 5 minutes where they sit there and said, okay, you have 5 minutes to decide if you automatically get $10,000, it comes out of the 100,000, but you're out of the house immediately. I probably would have pressed the button. Would you have pressed the button, Dana?
I don't know. Probably.
Do you think Bobby should have pressed the button?
Yes, because he doesn't have a chance in hell in winning. I love Bobby. I love Bobby, but and like, the thing is this even legal? Can I ask this? Like,
is this illegal? Is that how you're starting your sentence? Is this illegal? Okay.
I was talking to Eric about this because I was explaining to him what went down this week, and he's like, is that even legal? Because like, that's kind of like a bait and switch. Like, these people came into the game playing for $100,000, and now that, like, I don't think that would be legal. Like, he's like, I don't think they could have even done that here. Because they basically just changed the prize. Like, because do you not sign contracts?
To past house guests with Big Brother, I mean, they're signing contracts that said, hey, if you're accidentally, your head's cut off, sign away. They're signing away everything. Decapitation. Just whatever. Who knows? But yeah, it's kind of a bait and switch. But then we don't know what's going to happen where, I don't know, they'll add another $10,000. Who knows? But I just thought it was really interesting. I thought Bobby should have pressed the button, because I just don't see him lasting much longer.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Cindy's like, press the button, just press the freaking button, like, press the button. And I don't know if this was one of their ways of trying to speed up getting rid of people in the house.
Yeah.
Because there's only 5 weeks left, and there's 12 people.
Yeah.
So we got to get rid of like 5 people in 4 more weeks. Like, it's really, yeah. So now, like, Godfrey's freaking out because he's like, Bobby's my swing vote, and he's locked in the vault. I got to work on Cindy still. She's locked in the vault. Bruno's like, I need to work on Bobby. He's locked in the vault. Like, these are like the 2 worst people that could be locked in the vault. And so then they come out, and Bruno, like, grabs Bobby, and he's like sitting there. It was painful for me to watch Bruno try and explain to Bobby how things are working, and he was physically like, Big Brother is going to take their candy away at some point, because this is how they strategize.
Yeah.
He was sitting there literally with candy saying, okay, here's Zach has Ashley has Peely has Kevin. These people will vote as a block all the frickin' time. And he's still but chop shop, and it's like, the only thing that And thank God for Brittany. The only thing that got Bobby to see sense was when Brittany revealed that Bobby was going to be the target this week had Cindy not come back in the house. And that's sort of what flipped Bobby's switch.
Yeah.
And it was like,
which should have chose him to press the button.
Yeah. Like,
if I knew I was going to be the target, I would have pressed the button.
Yeah, I wonder if his decision would have been different had he known going into the vault that he would be the target.
I think it might have been. Let's talk about Godfrey's speeches for a little bit.
Yes.
We haven't heard a whole lot from him. He gets nominated, right? And he's just...
Oh my gosh. He let loose. Like, he's like, I want Zach. Like, he's basically saying he wants to bathe in Zach's blood. Like, he is just all out for Zach in the veto meeting. Like, I thought Jordan's speech was kind of stupid. I'm like, why are you quoting Tom? Like, Tom was out week 5 in a double eviction. He had no impact on the game. Why are we quoting Tom? Like, of any house guest, he's probably one of the most irrelevant ones to freaking quote. But, okay.
Did you think Godfrey, because he's a licensed psychologist, this is kind of a psychological thing he's doing, or do we just think he's a lunatic?
This was a strategy going in. He's like, I'm going to create chaos. Like, this is part of his chaos. Like, this is kind of like an extension of what he did when he attacked Cindy for breaking the camera. Like, this is, he's just trying to, he's not a lunatic. I think he's very calculated as to what he's doing.
Yeah.
Because if he was a lunatic, he just would have been going off crazy all the time. But he's being very calculated as to when he does it. So he's part crazy, part brilliant.
Most crazy people are.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. But then his Save Me speech was amazing too. And
totally.
And have you seen the graphic that's out there? Like, I don't think I've ever seen such an amazing, like, live still. Like, he's in the, because when you didn't see it on the show because they were more focused on Jordan's face. But when they said Godfrey, you're safe, he like, it's the slider picture for my blog this week. But he got up and he did like this like karate kick in the air, and they caught him midair.
Oh yeah, yes, I saw it.
And like, it's like the best picture I've ever seen in my life. Like, it's amazing. But he's basically, yes, I want to bathe in Zach's blood. I'm like, keep me because I will go after Zach. And like, who do you want to stay in the house? Someone who sleeps all day and eats chicken bones, or do you want this guy here that like is friends with everybody in the house? But then Jordan's speech had me even better. Like, he's like,
I love taking over Godfrey's duties.
Yeah, he's like
sleeping and
like, I was like, when he first started talking, I'm like, where are we going with this, buddy? Like, what are you doing?
I was just, I've never heard speeches like this. They were hilarious.
Yeah, it was amazing. And then, like Eric always says, you need to always be aware of where people are sitting on the couches. Who's the first vote? Who's the last vote? Because the last vote, if there's going to be a swing, is always going to be the last person on the couch. So, of course, it's Bobby, and we're like, what's he going to do? Like, did Brittany really get to him, or is he still in chop shop mode? And he votes to evict Jordan.
And I mean, it is literally just a split down the middle, and Bobby was the deciding factor. I was just horrified.
I know. And what did you think of Jordan's exit? Like, he was gone. Like, it was like, I'm like, where'd he go? Like, and he grabbed their, I don't know if you realized what was going on, but Godfrey and Jordan were both have-nots for the week. So they had decided that once one of them was evicted, they were no longer have-nots they could eat. So they made a sandwich on a bagel and had it sitting in the kitchen. So that's what Jordan did. He got up, he grabbed the bagel and ran out the door. So then he eats it on the way out. So now he's got a face full of food and a bagel. He doesn't know what
he's handing it to people.
Yeah, he handed it to the little girl in the audience, and he didn't know at the time, but that little girl's birthday. So,
oh my gosh.
Yes. Yeah, so now Peter has ripped him apart on Twitter for having a face full of food while being interviewed by Arissa. What do you think?
I love it. You know, and I kind of maybe would have kind of agreed, but after my interview with him, I just love him.
He's so sweet, and he's got the best family. Like his mother is kind of like the Jill Rance of this season. Like she's on Twitter, she's interacting with everybody, and she's super sweet. And his sister is super sweet too. So yeah, that's Jordan is evicted, and now we got jury. We have a 10-person jury.
And Jordan's the first one we find out, so he's still in sequester.
Yes. Now here is my theory about this 10-person jury. They never have even amounts of jury members. So I am thinking that Canada is going to get a vote so that there's no risk of a tie.
Oh, absolutely. It's so awesome how much Canadians are involved just immediately with Big Brother. I can't believe how big Big Brother is in Canada. You can go to like the Bricks store and you can go and see their setups of each of the rooms of the Big Brother house.
And if you can go to like any brick store and look for the furniture, and like if you take a selfie with the furniture, you're entered into a contest.
That is your next assignment.
I know. I should go to the brick. I have one like down the road from me. I should go.
Hello.
Okay.
I want you in a spider costume posing on those.
No, nobody needs to see that, John.
I want you to.
There's not enough Spanx in the world for this. You've only ever seen me from here up. So
gosh, you don't even want to see me what I'm wearing.
I know you're wearing had you told me you were wearing a Wonder Woman t-shirt, I would have worn mine.
Oh, yeah?
Next time we need to coordinate this.
Yes, I would have curled my hair, scrunched it.
Oh my god. Yeah, so now we go into the next HOH, which is a freaking cliffhanger, but it's like they're showing little short films of competitions and the first person to ring in if they get it right.
Yeah, so it's short films from like grade schoolers, student film fest, right?
Yeah.
All they've done is scramble it. I don't understand.
I know. We didn't really get to see anything, but Bobby rang in first, and I'm thinking Bobby was trying to throw it because he was gobsmacked at the fact that he actually...
I think we were all gobsmacked. I was sitting there like, how did you get that?
And then he couldn't even make up his mind. He's like, oh, no, yeah, Cindy.
And then
like, Zach just wanted to vote you out of the house. Yeah. And Cindy saved your ass. And now you want to vote out Cindy? Like, can't with that kid.
All right, Dana, so do you have some spoilers for us? Do you know what do you know? Spoilers, everyone. Ding, 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 ding. If you don't want to know any spoilers, just plug out your ears.
Are you sitting down for Who Won Head of Household? We're in for a rocky week.
Oh gosh, wait, hold on. Okay.
Peely won.
No! Oh my god.
The only saving grace in Peely winning this HOH is that Kevin is safe.
That is true.
That is all that. But oh my god, I watched the feeds the night of her eviction, and Kevin has the candy out again and is trying to explain strategy to her, and like her mind is little, I can see it melting. Like but that's not even the worst part. That's not oh my god.
He gets slow too.
See him? Oh,
true.
It's like overheating. She's not grasping anything. Like
the loss of life in her eyes, right?
But before that, she got her HOH letter, and here is some controversy that's going on in the house, right? Or not in the house, but on Twitter, is that her family said, don't play with your heart, play with your head. And who is that Kevin guy, eh?
Don't play with your heart, play with yourself. And then who is that Kevin guy?
Yeah, so everyone is like, this is a coded letter. They're telling her to not trust Kevin. Like, that's what everyone is taking from this letter. And I'm thinking, I'm sure that if my husband was sitting there watching my daughter on TV, making out with a guy, discussing her methods of birth control on TV, he'd be like, "Who is this Kevin guy too?" Like, he would be outside the Big Brother doors with a shotgun waiting for him to exit.
Oh, absolutely.
So I don't think it's coded personally. I think
I don't either, especially since we saw like the kissing in the rain scene by the outside by the spa.
yeah, exactly. Like, I think they just see their daughter getting close to someone, and even her father kind of like, I think it was her father anyways, or one of her brothers or something, was like, "This is just how we are. We just like like
Yeah.
joke around with each other." So like, that's all I'm thinking it was, but Twitter's taking it to a whole new level.
Oh, really? Twitter?
Yeah.
It never does that.
Exactly. Oh, we didn't even talk about Cindy's pageant 101.
Oh my gosh.
It was so I watched this whole thing, and I watched the feeds a lot this week, so I had a lot of time to kill. And so she did, like, after she was, because she spent her birthday in the vault. Big Brother is really screwing with people's birthdays.
I told you, Canadians are mean.
It was Johnny's birthday for the camera. It was Bruno's birthday week, the week of the veto twist.
Now do math. Now do math.
Yeah.
Hashtag Canadians are mean.
Yeah, it was Bruno's week, the week of the veto twist. And now it was Cindy's birthday, and she's on her own. Like, I mean, she wanted to go in there, so it was her own fault. But yeah, she's in the vault for her birthday. So when they came out, they gave her like a little like princess thing and a sash. And
I love the walking and the posing.
they didn't show this on the show though, and I'm surprised that they didn't, because she did the pageant thing.
Yeah.
JP proposed, "Will you be in a showman's?" Called JP with an S.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was over. And they didn't show on TV that this was actually a task that Cindy had to do. And they won like nachos and beer.
Oh.
So yeah, that's why they did it. And we didn't even talk about, what do you think of Cindy's showmance, yet she kind of betrayed it and voted him out and was kind of the ringleader in doing so?
I think, again, she's a badass. She knows exactly what she wants. Do I think that they're going to be like a Hayden and Nicole or an Amanda and McCrae after the show? Absolutely not. Cindy knows what she's doing. Cindy's one of those girls that you don't like, that when you go to a sample cell at Neiman Marcus, who you underestimate, and then she just takes everything you want off the rack.
Could you imagine her at like Kleinfeld's bridal the day they have that major dress sale? She would be ripping dresses.
If you see her, you have to take her down before the doors open. Like, you underestimate her.
Yeah. So yeah, and so now we had nominations yesterday, and Pilar has nominated Godfrey and Cindy, with Cindy as the target. Everyone has decided this week, after being her best friend last week, that she needs to go.
That's Big Brother.
So you might be talking to her again next week.
I'll be talking to her again. I just love that Cindy with an I. Favorite letter of the alphabet. My interview with Jordan, he's really taking everything in a really nice stride. Don't you think? Listen to the interview? Wasn't really mad at anybody, or?
Well, he knows it's a game, and
and that's the thing too. The Canadians really don't take. I mean, and maybe some take it a little too personal, but everybody seems to be like, hey, you know what? Even the Ginger Ninja was like, yeah, it's a game. I love everyone. Us Americans, we're not like that.
No.
We're ghetto. We go ghetto.
Yeah, so veto's being played today. I haven't seen the results of the veto yet.
Okay.
But yeah, so that is it, and we should show our interview with Jordan now.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So give me a minute to do this.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to mute myself so I don't.
Okay. Let's play this.
House guests, season 3 of Big Brother Canada interviews, all season long. If you have questions for us, we do our show 3 o'clock Eastern every Friday, where we recap the entire week, all 3 episodes of Big Brother Canada 3, and we want to hear from you. So tweet us your questions, hashtag it YRRLive. Let us know if you have any questions for the house guests, and they will be featured on our exit interviews. All right, since you're here, subscribe to our channel, get all of our updates.
And it's John with YourReality.com.
What's up, John? How you doing? Say hi to Eric Hurdle for me, please.
I definitely will. So I've got 3 questions for you, of course. The first one is, do you have any resentment towards Zach for not sticking with the plan and keeping you on the block?
You know, I think it's hard not to have any really. I have, of course, anybody in my situation would have to have some resentment towards Zach, because really he played with my game. He put my game on the line. I volunteered to go on the block, but the initial plan was always for him to use the power of veto. And when he didn't use it, he toyed with my fate, and it backfired and blew up in his face. And now I'm out of the house. He's almost kind of on an island by himself right now. Him and the couple, they're kind of on their own. So he's going to be in trouble. So, I have some resentment towards him, but at the same time, there wasn't the intention for him to have me go home this week. So I can't completely blame it on him.
I completely understand and I completely agree with you. All right, second question. We have a huge fan of yours on Twitter at Stein Stinks, who is Christine.
That's from Christine from Big Brother 16.
That's right. And she wants to know, if you stayed this week, would you have been more loyal to Zach or Kevin throughout the rest of the game?
Okay. Well, Christine, that's a very good question. Shout out to you. I love you, Christine. I can't wait to meet you after the show. Christine, I would stay more loyal to Kevin going forward in the game, because this week, Zach showed his true colors in that he's looking out for himself first and foremost. Yes, he was thinking about Newport, but at the same time, when push comes to shove, he was thinking way more about his own game and being set up for himself in the long run, whereas Kevin was loyal to me from the beginning. He never even questioned me. And even when I told Kevin that I was working with Zach, he still was like, yeah, he's like, oh, okay. Like, he was upset, but a couple hours later, he's like, you know what? I totally understand. Like, let's keep going in this game together, and let's do some damage in this game. So I would definitely say moving forward, it would have been Kevin and I as the more loyal alliance for me.
Completely understand what you're saying. Okay, last question, and it maybe might tie into your answer, may not. At this point, who would your vote be to win the game, and why?
Who do I want to win, John?
Yes, and why? Who do you think is going to win as far as?
Okay, who do I think is good? Okay, so because for me, it's different who I want to win and who I think is going to win, but who I think
or
is
your
going to
vote
win.
to win. A vote to win.
A vote to win. Okay, well, right now, my vote to win would be going to Bruno. I think Bruno is playing an excellent game. He's in a very good position in the house. Socially, he's incredible. He has great relationships with pretty much everybody in the game. He gets to know everybody on a personal level, as he did with me. And at any, without even batting an eye, he's willing to cut people like he did to myself this week. So I would say he's going to do very well. He's very smart. He's strong physically, and I think people really underestimate how powerful he is in the game. And if you don't get rid of him soon, he's going to go very deep.
Jordan,
All right, there it is. I hope everybody can hear that because it mutes my mic. So
Cross our fingers. Because if not, you's in trouble, girl.
I know I'm gonna be in the doghouse. Mr. Curto is gonna put me in detention. But if you couldn't hear it, if you go to yourrealityrecaps.com/BBCAN, that is there. All of our interviews with Johnny, Neha, Greg, Risha, Cindy, all there, all fantastic. Yeah, so that is this week. Oh, and something is coming. I am so excited that I'm going to be in the audience next week because 3 people are being evicted. Because if you go to like the global page, like you can do like predictions. So like,
yeah,
it's normally like, who do you want to win HOH? Who do you think they're going to nominate? Who do you think is going to win veto? Who do you think is going to be evicted?
Ooh.
This week, there's a second tab. So it's like round 1 with that. And then you hit round 2 and it's HOH, 3 nominees, veto, 2 evictees. So 3 interviews next week. John, you in for that?
Oh my gosh, I'm so into that. And I can't wait to hear all about you being in the audience when we do it. But then when is our next show? Do we want to announce that?
When is our next show? Are we going to do it? Are we going to do it Thursdays again? Thursday at 8 again?
We can do that.
Sounds, yeah, Thursday at 8 because I have to work. So, damn job getting in the way of all of this. But
oh, amen, Dana. Amen. It talks about Eric and I kind of being inconsistent with stuff. It's the jobs, people.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but
don't worry about it. We're having fun. That's what this is. And
I know. So Thursday at 8 p.m.
Perfect.
Eastern, 5 p.m. Western. Is it Western? I don't know what you guys call your time.
5 p.m. Pacific.
Pacific. Okay. I don't know what you call your time over there. But yeah, so 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, because no one wants to do this on a Friday night, right? Like you want to go out and enjoy your life.
But we want to give the people the information, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's the day after. It's going to be better. So yeah,
lots to talk about.
Sorry for my job.
Nope, in a big week, you're in the audience. A bunch of people are going to be evicted. We're going to have a lot to talk about. We want to get you the information fast and quick.
And Bruno's family is going to be in the audience.
Fast and quick.
Hopefully Johnny will be in the audience and I can get my hands on that kid because I gotta squeeze him.
Get his hands on a camera and get him on our show.
I can't. Oh my! I know. I gotta. I'm letting him settle down, and
I know
because he does want to be on the show. He
does. We love our Johnny.
Exactly. So yeah, that is it for this week, and I can't wait for next week. So in between all that, yourrealityrecaps.com/BBCAN and get all
the fortress be with you.
Yes, maybe more. Do it again. The camera was on you.
Oh, and may the fortress be with you.
Yeah, but the alliance names in this, I can't. Now there's Black and Brew.
Oh,
which is Bruno and Godfrey.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. And there's the SSB alliance, which is Sarah, Cindy, Brittany.
That made me roll my eyes this week.
It's crazy. And now there's a new one too. It's the Chop Shop plus Peely and Kevin. So I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. Somebody make us a diagram, whiteboard it.
Yes, let's get a flowchart going. But yeah, so until next week, follow me on Twitter at dgoodyear1975. And where are they finding you again, John?
Find me at Comedy Jonah everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Comedy Jonah, baby.
All righty. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.